Looking at the solution and recovery tanks on the Nautilus machine. The orange tank and lid are for filling with Choline solution and chemical. Simply lift the lid, deposit the hose or filling station into this to deliver clean and chemical water. The rear of the machine, or the gray tanks and gray lids, are for recovery from dirty water. Simply open the lid up, drop your hose down, and wash the tanks clean from debris and sediment. Again, the orange tank is the solution tank, gray tanks are recovery tanks. In the rear of the machine, we have the solution drain hose, the recovery drain hose for the dirty water to be emptied from the machine, and the actual recovery line from the squeegee to the tank. This is your solution drain hose. Simply lift it off, unscrew the plug. You can drain all the clean water out of the machine. Then we have the recovery drain. Simply lay the hose down, open the gate valve, which will allow the dirty water to flow from the machine. Then the operator can open the recovery tank lids on top of the machine, take the garden hose and rinse the dirty water down and out of the drain. We also have access to the recovery hose that goes down to your squeegee, which also can be washed out with your garden hose down and all the way out the bottom of the machine. By lifting the hopper and up and out of the way, we access our recovery drain cap for washing out sediment from the bottom of the tank. Simply remove the cap. This will allow the operator to wash the debris from out of the top of the tank and out of the bottom. The recovery cap has a gasket inside to seal the tank so it will not leak. It has to be placed back in like this so that it will seal the tank when putting it back on the machine. When the hopper and the squeegee are in the lifted position, we have two safety pins, one located on each side, that can be put into place so that you can maneuver underneath the lifted hopper and squeegee safely. Simply lift this clip out of its retainer and engage into the hole above. One on each side will protect you while underneath the machine. We now have the machine in the high dump position to show access to the internal hopper for cleaning purposes. The operator simply squeezes these together, releases the access door. There's a vacuum line inside the hopper connected to the debris screen. Debris screen is simply removed by pulling the cotter pin, removing it out the access door. The operator can now wash this off, making it free from debris so that we can now evacuate the water from the hopper efficiently. All the sediment that's in the hopper is stuck in the bottom of the hopper, is simply washed out the bottom of the dump door here down into your dumpster or trash container. We're now going to raise the squeegee into the maintenance position so that we can observe the squeegee edge and rotate or flip the squeegee to a new wiping edge. Okay. To remove the squeegee, simply press down on the latch, release it, take the shorter piece from behind the holding mechanism here, then you can lift off the entire band clamp itself, allowing you to take the squeegee off with the mounting tool, flip the squeegee end for end, which will allow you to have a completely new wiping edge on the floor. You can also flip the squeegee top for bottom, which gives you a new set of two wiping edges, the inner and the outer. So you mount the squeegee back on the squeegee tool itself, Then you put back on the band clamps. Locking the latch back in place. To access the brush deck, you simply lift up the side panel, which it shows you the latch to release the door. Simply lift up on the latch, swing the stainless steel door open. You have the brush door that holds the brush in place. Simply pull off the door. There's no screws or handles. Then the brush simply slides out from under the machine. To reinstall the scrub brush, simply slide it back underneath the machine till it rests against the hydraulic motor on the other side of the machine. Then put your foot inside the core of the broom, press down. The core will slide onto the hydraulic motor on the other side, and the keyway simply will load when you turn the brush to your left. When the brush is loaded onto the motor on the other side, there will be clearance underneath the brush. It will stand up on its own. Then you're going to reinstall the brush door onto the keyways on either side of the brush deck. This will hold the door in place. When you close the brush door, it will hold the entire plate into place. Before beginning operation of the equipment, the operator will make one visual inspection of the machine before beginning operation. The operator will check the radiator to make sure it's free of any type of debris or trash, banding, shrink wrap, cardboard, things of that nature. The engine will need to be also free of any kind of debris or trash. The operator needs to check the scrub brushes to make sure there are no banding or shrink wrap wrapped around the brushes. If necessary, the brush will need to be removed from under the machine and the banding or shrink wrap cut free. Continuing the operator inspection, we'll need to make sure that the tanks have been drained, free of dirty water, and the squeegee is checked to be free of any kind of clog or material blocking the passageway into the recovery tank. We're now going to show you how to check the oil level on the Nautilus machine. Simply open up the side panel and the top panel. The oil dipstick is located right on the front side of the engine. Simply remove the dipstick, check the oil indication, make sure that it is at the appropriate level on the dipstick, replace back in the machine. We're now going to show you how to maintain the air cleaner. The operator would simply squeeze together the dust cap. If any dust falls freely out of this cap, then you will need to shake the cap clean by removing the clamps on each side. Take the dust cap, tap it clean, replace it. One of the daily checks for the operators is to look at the hydraulic reservoir, making sure it has sufficient oil. There are two quick check ports on the front of the seat. There's a sight gauge that shows you how much oil is in the hydraulic reservoir. As long as the sight gauge has oil more than halfway through the gauge, it should be in good service order. There is also a flow meter on the hydraulic filter. If the needle is indicating in the red, then the hydraulic oil filter needs to be changed. Both of these sight gauges are on the front side of the operator's seat clip. You can also do a thorough check of the reservoir with the dipstick located on top of the hydraulic tank underneath the seat and side door. To access the hydraulic reservoir, simply open the side door, raise the seat clip, now you can open the hydraulic tank and view the dipstick and the fluid level. The level should be in between the two indicators. The machine does not take a standard hydraulic oil. It takes a DTE10 XL32 hydraulic oil. It's a thicker oil. Standard forklift hydraulic oil will not work in this machine.